Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. Hope you all are doing well. Thank you guys for joining me here. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at messages and insights for the collective Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. These being general messages, please take the ones that are resonating organically and don't force any onto your situation. You can also apply these messages to any aspect in your life. With that being said, Pisces, let's get into it. The first card you have, Pisces, is password box. And it says privacy, confidentiality, and security. So basically, this energy is about staying low-key in the sense you don't have to announce everything that you are doing. Confidentiality, which means you are protecting your assets information. It could be intellectual information. It could be also protecting your energy, protecting your projects, your family, your near and dear ones, something about your assets, or it could be you're working in defense as well. So maybe you're supposed to keep information to yourself that you have, whether it's in regards to family, your work, or it could be your own projects that you are about to launch. This could also be in regards to some information you have about the community or people you know that you're not supposed to share, and you know that it needs to be protected. You could be a counselor that needs to protect your client and customer information. And then it further says security. So there is a security concern out here, security of the people that are involved with you here. So, this could be codes, special codes that you have access to, or special assets or information that needs to be password protected. But personally, for those of you, this could be about not sharing everything that you know, whether it's at your work or in your relationships. There is a level of confidentiality that this card is asking you to maintain. Also make sure that if you are communicating with people, it's in a secure environment. For those of you that are into media, maybe you're not supposed to broadcast something. Maybe you're supposed to not share it with the world as yet. This also could be sending out messages that are encrypted, that are not meant to be deciphered by one and all. So there is something deep about keeping things safe. This could be your own safety or your own whereabouts, or it could be in regards to your company or in regards to your family. But there is major encryption confidentiality that's coming through this. Also, if you do have to share, then you have to be very careful about who you share it with, making sure that every sensitive information is protected. So there needs to be a level of trust with the other person should you share that information with them. So I feel with this, you are creating that barrier, you're creating a boundary, whether it's in your relationships or whether it's in your workplace or of your own business and projects. You're shielding it from from the external environment, from external influences and chaos. You have the Ocean Goddess card, and it says, embrace your inner creativity and flexibility, navigating life's twists and turns with ingenuity. So, Ocean Goddess, this is emotional landscape. This is also related to the divine feminine energy, which is about feeling things, intuition, your gut feeling, your emotions. Also inner wisdom. Taking to spiritual practices like journaling or meditation, or having altar practices where you're offering something at the altar to your deities. So this energy is asking you to tap into your own inner wisdom. Now, inner wisdom comes through either past experiences or we carry it with us through the DNA. because we come from a line of our ancestors. So that lineage drives our DNA, and the entire energy guides us forward. So if we go deep into our emotions and our intuition, it's guided by our ancestors and our spirit guides. And they allow us to make sensible and clear decisions. So creativity is something that is gotta be unique for each one of us. And it just depends on the community that you belong to. And also the values that you have been raised with. So we create things based on a lot of factors, and it's asking you to use that creativity because it's going to come in handy for you. It's needed at this point in time. Also, water energy is about staying flexible because water just goes with the flow. It finds its way around it. If there's a rock, it doesn't cut through it, it goes around it. So be that kind of flexible that goes around the rock, that kind of flexibility to navigate life's twists. So any kind of a challenging situation, whether at your workplace or in your relationships, be very gentle, just like the water. You don't have to cut through it, because to water rock is an obstacle, is a challenge. But it doesn't pierce through the rock, it goes around it. So finding your way with alternate ways, or being compassionate and getting creative with how to deal with different kind of people is what's needed from you right now, Pisces. So navigating life's twists and turns with ingenuity. So it all depends on your mind space, your ideas, your thoughts. Tap into your divine feminine, which all of us have, irrespective of which gender we are here on 3D. We are all born with divine feminine energies, which ask you to embrace compassion and intuition and gentleness. So you're encouraged to use those qualities. Also, ocean is vast. So some of you need to be there by the water body in order to get inspired. Or you could be living by some water bodies, or you could be out there working in some domain with regards to water. Maybe you're in the Marines, or maybe your workplace is something to do with ships or boat rentals and things like that. You could be headed in that direction, or you could be thinking about starting some kind of a water-based business. Some of you could be into oceanology and marine life as well. But on a deeper note, this is about your emotional balance. Look how strong this ocean goddess looks. She has a scepter and a crown, which means that victory in your emotional space. Having that strength to conquer any emotional chaos. And just know that whatever is going on around you should not be able to disturb your inner peace. So build on that strength, your emotional resilience, your EQ. Build on your intuition through meditative practices. And all of this together will help you to overcome any challenge if you're encountering any in regards to your relationships, or in regards to your workplace, or even in regards to your own personal growth. Next you have is the Ace of Diamonds, and number 9 it says here. Now, birds could signify communication, but it could also signify a message, because there is a lot of redness out here with the birds. It's Aces are also about opportunities. This is using logic. Again, Ace of Diamonds is about coming up with creative ideas. You could also be receiving messages, calls, or you could be coming together with a team and trying to think things through or coming up with newer ideas. Because it's red, I feel that it could also speak to some kind of a threat or danger that you're feeling from near or far. Maybe you're getting some messages in regards to some protection. But somebody that's not on the same page with you, somebody that is not aligned with you, could be coming at you or posing a threat or opposing something in your life. Maybe this is opposing your growth. Maybe this is a neighbor who doesn't have your back, who doesn't think favorably of you. But this could be at your workplace. It could be in the community, something which is not healthy. You could be dealing with something like that. And with the Ace of Diamonds, this is understanding what's going on, grasping it really fast, and giving out the message in a very clear way so that people get the right message in, and there is no room for any kind of a miscommunication or misunderstanding. So birds here, there are two in the picture, which means that there is a lot of communication, networking, and you have to be proactive. Aces are beginnings and creative beginnings. Aces are also a push in the right direction of something new. But you have to be proactive. With the Ace energy, there is something new that's awaiting, but the push has to come from you, from within. So you might be getting ideas, but it's time for you to shape it into a reality. Sorry about that noise. Yeah, so what was I saying? I lost my chain of thought. Yeah, networking. So networking, you'll have to be very proactive with your communication, with everything, processing your ideas, sharing it, being very decisive in your actions and in your decisions. You need to be very clear. You need to have clarity, facts, figures to back it up. And then put things into motion. Whatever information you have collected, you can use that actually to create something, tangible in your life. So, stay open to ideas. Stay open to listening to people's opinions. Also, be open to having that collective brainstorming sessions. Stay alert, sharp-minded. And I feel that whatever you're working out with your peers or with your family or in your business, corporate, whatever you're doing, this is meetings that are meaningful, purposeful, that will lead to some next steps. So I feel you might be engaged heavily with that, discussing about how to mitigate risks, or maybe you're a project planner or manager of projects that has to have plan A, plan B should things fail. So discussions could be around those backup plans and how to mitigate risks. Next, you have the card of air. And Libra, Gemini, Aquarius lives are mentioned at the bottom of the picture. There are mountains. There is icy mountains as well. And below it says open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. So Pisces, you are a water sign. You're mutable water. And your energy is all about using the mental space, communication, coming up with new ideas, creativity, processing things, learning about things, having a straight head on your shoulders, right? Where you're clear in your ideas, in your thought process. There is no mental fog. There is no room for mental fog. Also, this is communicating things as it is without beating around the bush. So open dialogue, open channels of communication, whether in business or personal life. So you need to embrace the energy of Gemini. This could be, now, Gemini and Libra, Aquarius could be energies that are around you, or you need to embrace these energies of talking to your peers or to your neighbors. Libra is about keeping things balanced, and Aquarius is innovation, 11th house, networking, problem solving, and collaboration. So you need to, I feel a lot of you could be coming up with new ideas, either you're writing things down or you're in some media writing some articles or journals, and you're coming up with something new and you're talking about it. You could be storing some print media and things like that. But this is asking you to be very clear in how you put things down, in what you express, how you say things. This is also about the flow in which you say it, like the order in which you present things or the order in which you say things. This is also the order in which you write things. You could be into journals, you could be writing up manuals, or you could be just creating something online as well, which you want to share with the world. This could be a personal project of yours. But there is a lot of brainstorming ideas and getting creative and sharp-mindedness that's coming through here. Again, you need to stay sharp, you need to stay vigilant, you need to be proactive. Learning things, learning about trends, learning about people, learning about ideologies. Maybe you're studying or going to college or reading up a lot of things and researching up. But this will enable you to be very clear and precise in your ideas, in your presentations, or in your projects. Next you have is a Hija of fire. It's coupled with the California poppy energy. Now looking at the table on which this Hija of fire is the Page of Wands. Learner's energy, beginner's mind. The table has a lot of things going on. There is, let's see, there is a stuffed tiger right at the further end, and then there's a glitter one sitting right over there. So very much younger beginner's energy of curiosity, of coming with an open mind, of not being biased, of, having, allowing your ideas to not limit yourself in your ideas. There is a small cauldron which is sitting on the right side. Then there is a mortar and pastel. There are some pictures of poppy flowers, which are mostly used in meditation. Poppy flowers, it's a specialty of California, and it grows in the desert region where, desert, which means, there is this beautiful California poppy. It's orange in color, right? And it grows in a desert region, which means that it spiritually speaks to strength, having that strength even in difficult times, because this plant has the ability to thrive in harsh desert weather, which means that even if you don't have the right kind of resources, you can still thrive in wherever you are with the limited resources that you have, and still stay strong and still radiate beauty, right? Because the California poppy is orange yellow, which speaks to, it creates that beautiful ambience and creates a beautiful environment of positivity, hope, upliftment. So despite of California poppy having limited resources, it still manages to uplift the other people that are around this area. So this is a very potent time for you, Pisces, where you discover your strength of staying positive despite of having little in some area. Now, poppies are also very popular with spiritual practices. You can use them for a meditation. You can use them to connect with your spirit guides. You can offer them at the altar for ceremonies and things like that, or for your rituals as well. But there's a mortar and pastel, which means when you crush these flowers, you can create a potion for relaxation, for calming your mind, for inducing sleep even. So it's a little bit dangerous, so don't just crush it and use it. I think there are tinctures and essential oils that are available for from the California poppy bees that will aid in that. Like to calm your nerves and to promote sleep and things like that. But in some cultures, poppy is also an indication of success, which is on the horizon. So even if you feel like you don't have much to work with, or you're learning something, whatever you're working on, this will lead to a lot of success in the future. provided you stay committed to this, whatever you're learning. So if you invest the time, energy, learn, research things, and stay patient, you will create something tangible and successful out of whatever you are working on. It might feel like a stretch right now. It might feel like you don't have enough to work with, but it's coming. The resources will be made available to you as and when you need it. So don't get disheartened by lack of resources, because child energy is like they make do with anything they have available, right? Still being playful and still being curious about it. So just don't let the shortage of resources bring you down in any way, right? Keep moving forward, stay confident. And this is also, whatever you are working on, this will lead you to a lot of freedom and independence. Pisces. You know, the energy I get from here is that this girl who's creating something, you see, she has dirt on her nails. If you see the picture closely, there is dirt on her nails. That means she has her hands dirty, right? Which means you gotta try something a lot of times. Practice makes perfect. So she did get her hands dirty, which means groundwork needs to be done by you, right? I feel you have done the groundwork. It could be that she got her hands dirty while, you know, while harvesting this California poppy that is beautifying her beautiful table. Now, she also has these flashy jewels on her wrist and that big ring on her finger. So, a lot of purple, orange, and green, and brown. So you might be into these colors. You might be decorating your house with these colors. But purple lavender is also a color of calmness. It's also a color of royalty and loyalty. So purple is a very potent color of royalty and loyalty. So you need to be loyal to whatever you are doing. And this will give you a lot, because look at the like it. She has this gazing ball which is orange in color. It's something new that she's starting to work on. Is the vibe that I'm getting, right? And she is doing it one step at a time. She dirtied her hands to get the California poppy flowers, and now she's working on something else. Maybe she has watched somebody do it and now she is trying to practice it and create something for her own self. So it might be that you're into some family trade or business where your elders have done it and now it's your turn to get your hands dirty, learn the things about the trade, and then create something for yourself. But this will lead to a lot of independence, whether it's freedom of maybe you start something on your own and it gives you financial freedom, or it gives you freedom in time, or flexibility in time. Some of you could be into orange and yellow flowers, or even with California poppy, you could be working with that. Yeah, so Hija of fire, young energy, staying positive, staying uplifted, and also uplifting other people. And creating this beautiful thing. You might be into flower shops or decorations as well. You know, it's beautifully aligned. This table is beautifully decorated, highly creative. So something creative, something that you are creating will lead to a lot of independence, Pisces. Next you have is the 9 of water. And it's coupled with the energy of peach. So these are peach blossoms, these pink flowers. These are peach blossoms. I feel that now let's look at the picture and see things one by one. There is a peach blossom tree that's by the banks of the river, and it looks so beautiful and serene. I really wish I was sitting here in this place on the table with this bowl of peach flowers in water. So probably it's just trying to absorb the flavor of this peach blossom. But other than that, it's a minor arcana and water energy, and you are the mutable water sign, Pisces. So this is about happiness, enjoying the life's pleasures, simple pleasures, right? If you see, this peach blossoms will eventually turn into this peach fruit. Some of you could be just binge eating peaches or growing your own peach tree. I also feel that, see, there is that robe which is hanging on the branch of this tree. There is a robe, right? A robe is about simplicity. It's about not being dressed up, just a robe. It's like you're not dressed up, you're living in simplicity. So simplicity is a blessing. Enjoying in life simple pleasures is also a blessing. It's a favor from the divine. And that this is the truth of life. Like the more simple we keep our lives, the more soulful it becomes, right? And that's what peaches bring. That's the energy of the peach. Peaches are also known for, they're very symbolic of long lives. They also represent a lot of spiritual ascension. And also purity. Look at these flowers, I know that these look like cherry blossoms, and in, some cultures, cherry blossoms are also used for purifying, also for protection, purifying a space, or could be used in ceremonies and rituals for protection. But it's also connected with the heart chakra, which is about feeling open-hearted and healing ourselves through life's simplicities, life's simple offerings, nature's simple offerings. Some of you could be going to some beautiful places. Peaches also are very sweet, so just enjoy these sweet fruits, or just enjoy the sweetness in your life. And it's going to be different for each one of you. Some of you could be living by this banks of a river and having such pink-colored trees at your backyard, or you could be growing it, or you could be encouraged to grow some pink flowers. But in general, when we are thankful for where we are, for what we have, and we are very mindful with our resources, and resources could be anything, not just our assets, but also everything that we are given by the divine in our lives, family, friends, the job, the physical things that we need to get by our day and our life. Those are things that, are the favors from the universe to us. But I feel that, wherever you are, Pisces, 9 of Water is the energy of feeling happy and contented. So I do feel that you are just soaking it in, the life's pleasures. You're happy to be where you are. You're happy to belong to communities where you are. Just enjoying and keeping things simple is going to not only make you feel like peace and ease, it will also increase your lifespan, because when we don't stress out, when we don't sweat over things, when we're just enjoying and living in the moment, that in general just increases our vitality and our hope and, our enthusiasm in life in general. And the last card for today you have is Back to Basics. And that's exactly what we saw with the 9 of Water, simplicity, basics. And it says here, the best things in life are free. When the world becomes too overwhelming, leave it all behind. Get back to basics and escape within yourself. Pretend nothing else exists except you. Yeah, enjoying the sweetness of life, enjoying your own sweet company, Pisces. It further says here, what part of your body feels the safest and calmest? Center yourself there now. Let everything else fall away. Remain in this state for 8 minutes. Giving time to yourself instead of everything else allows you to recharge and connect with your energy and power. This will give you the gift of harmony. So keeping that inner peace, keeping that harmony, and just letting all stress wash to the side. And just drink those teas and enjoy the fruits and the sweetness of life without worrying and thinking about anything else. Don't let your external influences or chaos get to your peace of mind and heart, Pisces. It's a good energy here. So, Pisces, those were your messages. Hope they were helpful and insightful to you guys. Thank you guys for joining, for watching and supporting the channel. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you like the messages, please hit the like and the subscribe along with the bell so you get notified every time a video is published. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next one. Take care you all. Bye for now.